Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. Today in this video we shall be discussing about Precis Writing in WBCS. This video is presented by Educare, and Precis Writing, as for Precis Writing, it has been indispensable in English paper since 2000, before 2014, and it has been continued in new syllabus also. So Precis Writing is an indispensable uh, question. It will come compulsorily every year. While earlier it used to be 20 marks, and after 2014 has been kept 40 marks. So the effect of Precis Writing is 40 marks. What is a Precis? To understand it, it is a shortened form of passage. It is miniature replication of original passage, and it is a process of condensing a passage to its main points. It expresses the theme of passage as briefly as possible. It is characterized by its brevity. More importantly, it should be easily understood by the reader without having to refer to the original passage. Thus, a Precis must briefly cover all ideas stated in the passage. In a nutshell, if we are to say, it is nothing but you have to make gist of the passage in your own words, in words not exceeding 1/3 of the original passage. Again, let me repeat. Precis writing means to read one passage and make a gist of that passage in 1/3 of the original passage, not exceeding in your own words. Guidelines to follow before writing Precis. What are the guidelines? Before writing, what we need to do is we need to understand the passage. And to understand the passage, what do we need to do? We have to read again and again and again. And then next is you have to provide a suitable title. If you don't provide, you will not get, your marks will be katega. Title can be used by using words or phrases from the passage itself, or you can use your own title, but it should reflect the theme of the passage. You have to note the length of the original passage. If the words in 150, then 1/3 of 150 is 40. 50. Note the essential points of the passage. All the essential points you have to note down, and all the unwanted thing, irrelevant thing, incidental points, examples, illustration, comments, you have to omit it, you have to remove it. And by using those essential points that you have collected, you have to prepare an outline. Now, after preparing this outline, you have to make a rough draft, and the essential point, whatever you collected, you have to write it in logical sequence. Another thing you have to remember is you have to avoid using words and sentences from the original passage. Nahi use karna until it's absolutely necessary, until it is totally unavoidable. Otherwise, avoid using the words. Avoid using words like in my opinion. Okay, you cannot frame opinion. I will leave that. These are direct speeches you should avoid. Exclude proverbs, illustrations, repetitions, and quotations. The Precis must be written in simple and unambiguous language. It must be written in past tense. Remember, it should be in past tense and in direct speech, and also in third person. Now, you have to compare the draft of the original passage, draft with the original passage, and check whether you have incorporated all the essential points. You have to ensure the length is 1/3, it is not exceeding 1/3. If it is 150, then it should not exceed 50. Check the spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, and errors in punctuation, otherwise marks katega. In WBCS, Precis writing is done in separate sheet, so you have to bind the tag at the end of your attempt, and then you must ensure that the tag, the Precis sheet goes with your answer sheet. Let us try to understand the passage, and then we will try to attempt the answer. The chief record of Wordsworth, and this is of 2019 question. Okay, the chief record of Wordsworth college life is to be found in Prelude. Prelude is a book on Wordsworth. Wordsworth did not distinguish himself as a scholar, and if his life had any incidents, they were of the interior kind which rarely appeared in biography, though they may be of controlling influence upon the life. Let's read this again. Wordsworth did not distinguish himself as a scholar, and if his life had any incidents, scholarly incidents, they were of the interior kind. Interior kind means hidden kind, which did not come into public, which rarely appear in biography. It was not even in his prelude biography, though they may be of controlling influence. Though it must have been his controlling influence, but those were not found in his biography. He speaks of reading Chaucer, Spenser, and Milton while at Cambridge, but no reflection from them is visible in his earliest published poems. So from here, what I can make out is Wordsworth book or Wordsworth reading his biography, nothing speaks of his scholarly attributes. Okay, so the greater part of his vacations was spent in his native lake country, where his only sister Dorothy was the companion of his rambles. She was a woman of large natural endowments, chiefly of the receptive kind, and had much to do with the formation and tendency of the poet's mind. Let's read this again. Dorothy was the companion of his rambles. She was a woman of large natural endowments. Endowments means kind of blessings, kind of gift, naturally gifted, chiefly of the receptive kind. Receptive means one who can comprehend well, and had to do with the formation and tendency of the poet's mind. Okay, she was kind of influence. She taught him how to be receptive, how to think, so to say. It was she who called forth the sire sensibilities of his nature and taught an originally harsh and austere imagination to surround itself with fancy and feeling. Yes, so a poet has to be fanciful, he has to have some feeling. So this was she who called forth, so usne jagaya. Okay, so from here what I can make out is it was Dorothy who instilled in him the scholarly attributes. Through the greater part of his life, she continued to be a kind of potential conscience to him. Now, after reading this passage, what I understand is the Wordsworth attributes or traits as a scholar was actually influenced large and not by his readings or other happenings. Okay, so let us see the answer. My title is The Poet's Inspiration. The source of a poet's attributes of Wordsworth was not found in his biography nor in his readings. It was his sister Dorothy who imbibed in him the sense of contemplating that ignited his poetical mind. Hope guys this was helpful to you all. We will come with more videos. Stay tuned. Take care.